So when I was younger, I had parents that would send us outside to play in the backyard and not come home until the bell rang. And I would play on a large, what I considered a large rock in the backyard. And I made up games constantly and grew to love just being outdoors, nature. I was very much inspired by Rachel Carson's book, Sense of Wonder, where she explores with her nephew in the woods, and they just develop this connection to the outdoors together. What I was seeing is that children were scheduled a lot and their play was structured a lot. So because of that disconnect, I really wanted to develop a preschool, the Discovery Preschool, where parents and children would learn together and see the valuable of playing outdoors and connecting with nature and building a relationship that they would then later want to protect. The Nature Discovery Preschool is different because it has parents that attend also, and so when it started, the goal was to have parents learning about how their child learn outdoors, but also for the children to have the parents' interests focused on learning outdoors too, so that they both could learn from each other and having these experiences outdoors. And so it's a kind of a unique preschool that parents stay during the whole time and are playing along with them out in the woods or wherever we go on our nature discovery. A big part was I would have a focus for the day of preschool that would connect them with maybe if it was leaves or mushrooms or ladybugs, and then we would do a variety of puppets and music and song, and then go off and actually have an adventure looking or connecting to whatever I was teaching about. A big piece of it was helping them develop a relationship and comfort with being outdoors and playing outdoors and learning together outdoors. And over time, also developing a relationship that they'd want to come back on their own and explore the woods around either their home or here at the Hitchcock Center. It became really clear that after preschool there should be another place or another learning experience for these children and families to have. And so there's a sort of a framework that I wanted to see progress in programs, and there's a camp that would go on that they could either go to camp or then we'd work with in the school systems with the first kindergarten and first grade or preschool, and they would have opportunity within the school to carry on the same type of nature exploring.
I've worked with Colleen for 29 years, and throughout the whole time together, Colleen is someone who is always looking at the new, the exciting, the cutting edge, the best practices of education, reaching children, reaching people of all ages. Colleen's preschool curriculum was just stellar. I mean, she had developed it over years. It had song, it had crafts, it had stories, it had fabulous activities. I used Colleen's curriculum to work with the 5 preschool classes that are in the town. This is a town of about 30,000 people. And it reached all the children who were in the public preschool. The teachers loved it. It ended up being my very favorite, and I did that for probably 6 or 7 years. So when you think about the many children that it reached and how then the teachers would tell me they took that, they carried it forward, and talk about legacy, I mean, that has gone on.
This progression, this framework has been even more noticeable in seeing in years to come, years that have passed. I have students that have come back that are now either in college or out of college and in the environmental field, and come back and share what they learned and what they carried away from the Hitchcock Center programs. When I look into the future, what I really hope is that people will have more value for these connections of children going outside and learning from the outdoors, and that it will go into generations too where they're actually having to protect this planet through climate change, and they feel that there's hope for this by the connections they made before, that they have become problem solvers because they have been out there and they've developed this relationship that they want to work on.